Let's take a look at the starting lineup. On the pole, we've already talked to him. Davey Hamilton from Boise, Idaho, car 15, and Ricky Shelton alongside in 71, the current points leader. In the second row, it'll be Jay Drake in 97 and Ryan Newman in 39. The third row, Dave Steele in 91, Jason Leffler in 9. Those are the Lewis team cars. In the fourth row, Johnny Heidenreich in 62 and Drinan in 33. Row number 5, car 2, Andy Michner, and 75, Tony Abbey. The sixth row, Brian Stanfield in number 25 from the Western State Series, and Tracy Hines in 17. Travis Welpott and Jimmy Kite start in row number 7. In the eighth row, we have Jason Lynch in car 115 and Jeff Snelling in number 70. In the ninth row, Steve Barth in 14 and Rick Hendricks in number 12. Rick also, of course, from the Western States Division. The 10th row, Jimmy McCune and Wally Pankratz. In the 11th row, it'll be Robby Flock and John Nervo. And in row number 12, Jerry Coons Jr. and Shane Scully. Now, we've just been laps in the Rocky Mountain Classic here on Thunder. Davey Hamilton on the pole position leads them down. The green flag is waving, and here we go. Hamilton not a very good start as Ricky Shelton has gone into the lead, but there they are, 3 and 4 wide as they head for the backstretch. And
look already, Jason Leffler from outside of the third row just blew by everybody getting into turn 1 and led halfway through the first corner from 6th position.
Very impressive move. We're on board with Drinan as he's mired in the middle of the field. Here they come to complete lap number 1. Ryan Newman is running second to Leffler, and then Dave Steele moving into 3rd position.
Well, those beast cars look very, very impressive. Those are Ed Pink Fords in those cars. A lot of the competitors have been talking all weekend about how much horsepower those Ford engines are making. Obviously, it looks right now that they are making plenty of horsepower.
And Ryan Newman closes in on the leader of the race, Jason Leffler, as the second lap is about to be complete. Just a car length or so between the first two. Then we have 4 or 5 car lengths back to Dave Steele and Ricky Shelton.
Ryan Newman really putting a move right down to the bottom and right on by Jason Leffler. I don't think he expected that to happen. He's been running a little higher on the racetrack all day than we thought he might. Now that he goes back to the inside and blows him away going into turn 3.
Oh, and Newman a little squirrely. The front end of the car got a little wiggly on him, but he'll still be in second position, although he did have the caution is waving. The caution is out. And we have a car up against the wall in the 3rd and 4th turns. And it looks like it's Jimmy Kite.
That is Jimmy Kite up against the wall. That's a tough break for that young man. He's had some terrible, terrible luck. That's Jerry Kite, young man that will use that restart very wisely. Got a run on Jason Leffler and blew by him before they ever got to the starting line.
Dave Steele running 3rd. On the left of your screen, on the right is Ricky Shelton in car number 71. And now Newman begins to stretch out the advantage just a little bit as they come by and complete lap number 3.
Well, if he wins this race, he's going to opt for them to run here every week, I think. I mean, he really has dominated here this last year, and looks like he's going to right now.
On board with Dan Drinan running back at about 9th position. Oh, there's cars sliding around. That's Andy Michner just ahead of him as he tries to pick up a position, and looks like the number 15.
Oh, I think maybe there was a little contact there. The wheel jerked very suddenly in his hand, so they might have just barely touched. Both gentlemen doing a great job keeping the race cars under control.
Drinan running in 8th position, Michner 7th, and Davey Hamilton, who was the pole sitter of the race, is really dropping back. There he is in the car number 15, and he has lost another position, so obviously things not going the way that Davey Hamilton had hoped they would. Now Drinan once again takes a look to the inside of Andy Michner as they go into turn 3, and again, they almost touch.
If they aren't touching, they're so close, and both of them have to take that little bit of a evasive move there to keep
and Larry up front, a whole bunch of smoke from the Ryan Newman car. It's very obvious that that car is smoking, and rather badly.
And you can see off the left side header, it looks like the valve cover is leaking. It's all getting all over the header. The smoke is coming from the oil hitting the header, but they're not going to let him continue to run like that. And you can see that it's getting a little bit loose, but the officials have the black flag out, and they are black flagging Ryan Newman.
Indeed.
What a terrible break.
The leader of the race is black flag. Well, he took the lead on lap number 10 last year and led the rest of the way. This year, he took it on lap number 3 and is still leading, but will have to come in for the black flag because that thing is putting out a tremendous amount of smoke. And of course, if it's putting down any oil.
Oh yeah, he's really up there high. He almost takes Jason Leffler way out in the weeds with him right there, as he can feel the oil, and the engine starts probably to seize up. He gets way out of the throttle, and when he moved up, he almost put Jason Leffler out there in those marbles as well.
high on the racetrack, and everybody else is passing by him. So it looks like it's all over for Ryan Newman after the car develops problems leading this race. Meanwhile, it is now Jason Leffler who has a rather healthy lead on his teammate Dave Steele. He comes down to complete lap number 9. It's still Shelton running third. In fourth position is the 62 of Johnny Heidenreich, and Drinan has moved to fifth.
Yeah, Johnny Heidenreich's done a great job. He's moved up very, very well. He's now up to third position. As you can see, Ryan Newman is barely going to be able to coast off the racetrack if he makes it. They may have to put a yellow out because I don't think he's going to make it.
Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Ryan is just shy of the acceleration lane.
Fortunately, it wasn't that. It was some kind of oil line up front in the motor, and I couldn't reach to it. And I stopped back there. I wanted to see if I could reach down, maybe tighten something up, but that wasn't the case today.
Well, Ryan, I think we're back racing. We'll let you get cleaned up, and we'll see you next race.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Ryan Newman out of the race, and once again we see Jason Leffler up front. Again, it looked like that Dave Steele was going to be able to stay with him, but he separated himself again.
And you can see from that speed shot down the front straightaway, those cars running 3 and 4 abreast down that big wide front straightaway. These guys from about third on back are really battling each other hard.
Dan Drinan is running in 8th position, and right ahead of him is the pole sitter of the race, Davey Hamilton, who has fallen all the way back to 7th spot, although Hamilton is beginning to show some signs of perhaps moving toward the front once again. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th on back there, and the 4th place car, the red car, is driven by Johnny Heidenreich, and he's doing a great job in the early portion of this race.
Yes, and Andy Michner right in front of him. He's made a big move and gained a lot of spots right here in the last lap or two. Danny Drinan, you can see he got real wide coming off that corner. Lost a lot of ground to those cars right in front of him, so he may be picking up a little bit of a push, but he was all the way up to 5th and then lost a little ground.
Heidenreich again, he's losing momentum as cars are passing on the left side. That's Heidenreich just ahead of him in the red 62.
And Davey Hamilton, we thought maybe something was wrong with him. He'd fallen clear back to 7th place at one time. Now then, all of a sudden, he's alive again. He's passed everybody back up into 3rd. Ricky Shelton now right behind him in 4th, and the red car right in front of Danny Drinan is Heidenreich. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, all battling each other and passing each other at least twice in every lap.
That's Jimmy McCune in car number 26, trying to take the position away from Drinan. They race down the backstretch, and McCune will look to the inside. Nope, cannot take the position away. Drinan maintains the spot for the moment.
Well, you can see that Drinan's running a pretty smooth race. Everybody behind him trying to find a way. They take a little bit different line, trying to find a way to get around. But right now, he's pulled a few car lengths away ahead.
You know, the points leader, Ricky Shelton, is not having a good race at all. In fact, he is smoking badly down into corner number 1. Jay Drake is the driver that is running in 4th position at the moment and challenging Davey Hamilton for that 3rd position. Here they come down through the main straightaway, and it is Drake still behind. There is Shelton. There is Sheldon. He is slowing down. Looks like we'll be pulling onto the escape road at the end. No, the car again stops just shy of that. Drake is right behind him. Almost looked like one car there. Drake and Hamilton were so close together, and then we're on board with Dan Drinan, and again it looked like Drake was a little squirrely moving through the corner.
Yeah, he got a little bit loose there getting into the corner. Looked like the car wiggled on him a little bit, and Drinan now trying to hold off Heidenreich. Meanwhile, the front two guys really haven't pulled away as much as they had earlier. These guys are still pretty close. Oh, there was a touch. We could see that one as Heidenreich went by. Barely tagged the left front of Danny Drinan. Didn't even hardly move the steering wheel, it didn't look like. But believe me, at 130 miles an hour, that's got to get your attention.
Man, oh man, Heidenreich just headed for the bottom of the racetrack and made slight contact. Oh, now he slides way high coming off of corner number 2. But in any case, Johnny Heidenreich is in 5th position and looking for 4th. That car just ahead of him is the 97 of Jay Drake. The white flag waves. We've got one more lap to go. Jason Leffler, the leader of the race. If we told you he's only had one victory so far in 1998, he could have number 2 here in just a few moments. Dave Steele, the only driver who has won in midgets, Silver Crown, and sprint cars in USAC this year, is running in 2nd spot, and it looks like Leffler is going to have things all to himself as he motors around corner number 4, looks at the checkered flag, takes it, and wins the Rocky Mountain Classic. Steele is 2nd, then Hamilton, Drake, Heidenreich, and Drinan.